weirdo, but like she's got that like girl next door kind of vibe. So like I'd definitely go for a drink with her. She seemed like a good laugh. So there you go. Helen Mirren, gunslinging gilf. Michelle Rodriguez, exploding Mexican lady. Michonne, dreadlock katana swinging son of a bitch. Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Well, we seem to be doing fairly well at the moment as far as the stream is concerned. Oh, we've got two people watching. Yes, 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 Jack and the Geeks Talk. How the devil are you guys? Thank you very, very much for joining us. We do appreciate it. Also, Jack and the Geeks Talk, I hope that the internet stream survives a bit better this time, because last time it was shit. Now, let's see how it went. I'm just editing Wolf of Kingston, Jack Webber's little section.
Choked me up, gave me goosebumps, plays a good naive Wonder Woman, Jack Skellington, it's all good. And Zoe Deschanel, weird chick. So, top 5 female actresses.
Get rid of that.
And that's about it, really. So, I'd like to say a big thanks.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Thanks for tuning in anyway. Do appreciate it.
We've been open all power. I'd like to say a big thanks. We've been open all powers. I've been the Wolf of Kingston, and check us out online. Check us out on Instagram. Head over to Kingston and check us out online. Check us out on Instagram. Head over to Redbubble. Thanks. It really. So, Wolf of Kingston. I've been the.
Yes, 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 my homeboy.
Hey, buddy, okay?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries, fam.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you absolutely fine, dude, yeah?
Oh, that's weird. Hang on.
What? Hello? Yo, hello. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you weren't going through the headphones for some reason. That's weird. I've had to plug my. I'm having to do it through. Because my computer, the laptop, I've turned it on now, and it's suddenly decided to configure Windows updates.
Oh, lovely.
It's having a bit on, so it's on 17% now. But if it gets finished before we're finished doing this, then obviously I'll I'll have to do it through my phone for now, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine, dude. I mean, you're coming through absolutely fine at the moment. I've got a YouTube stream going at the moment as well.
Okay, cool.
So
just voices, I presume. Then
you what? Sorry. Yeah, just voices. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got my visual at the moment, but I suppose I could probably just turn the camera off actually, because it'll help the connection, I suppose. I'm just posting some on Facebook saying that we are live. I was just wondering as well, dude. Do you quickly want to start this by just talking about the? Oh, actually, you know what? I was going to say we could talk about the female Doctor Who, but if we're doing TV stuff tomorrow, maybe we should save it for then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also as well, Jack has done us a recording of his top 5 female characters in TV and film.
Oh, nice.
So basically, that would probably go better with talking about Doctor Who stuff tomorrow as well. And also, I haven't
sounds good.
I haven't actually finished editing it, so I wouldn't be able to play it today anyway.
Well, I'm so glad you told me that.
Oh yes, we've got Joey DiCarlo online. Yes. I need to find something for Joy real quick. Hang on.
You know what? You just made the list.
Just for you, Joey. Just for
man.
you. Right. Okay. Should we get this show on the road?
Definitely.
Right. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, we'll start that again. Yes, 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 power people, what is going on? Welcome once again to another episode of the Open All Powers podcast. My name is Gareth Eastwood, aka the motherfucking locomotive. I am sat here in the Open All Powers watchtower, and I am joined as by the SMG, the General. It is Mr. Sam Eastwood. What's going on, my man?
Head for the bomb shelter, Gareth, because there's a lot of fallout coming to go this weekend.
Oh shit. Oh my god, it has been ridiculous. I cannot believe all this stuff that's been dropping from San Diego Comic-Con, dude.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. There is so much stuff coming out. Can I just start off by saying how stupid are Marvel at the moment? Really, like all this stuff that's come out, all this DC stuff, like okay, fair enough. We had the Thor Ragnarok trailer, which is fair enough. But all the DC stuff that's come out, everyone's getting proper hyped for Justice League, and like, no, we're not going to release the Avengers trailer just yet.
No, we'll just leave it. We're not fussed. Yeah,
I'm just like, what the going on? What must be going through their heads? Seriously, it's mad.
It's crazy, dude. I really do not get it at all. I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting for things to simmer down with Justice League and all the kind of DC spiel, and then maybe they'll swoop in with all their stuff. But who knows, man? Who knows? Well, Sam, obviously, in the light of San Diego Comic-Con, we have got a shit ton of stuff to talk about. But there's kind of a subject matter which I kind of want to discuss, which I know is something very close to our hearts. And it was the sad news that lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington, passed away this week. Took his own life. He has had history with drinking problems, with drugs, with depressions, and it's just such an awful piece of news to hear. I think like they've got a new record out recently, and they'll be doing so much promo. They will have been doing so much promo for it and interviews, and I can guarantee every single interviewer who spoke to Chester Bennington would have probably come out of that saying he seemed happy, he seemed fine, he seemed comfortable, you know. And it's just incredible that people go through these kind of things, you know, unbeknownst to so many other people. And I know that it's such a cliche when people say, you know, all we can do is offer our, you know, thoughts and prayers to the family, and that's pretty much all we can do, really. You know, there's nothing more we can. But I thought to start this week, I thought we maybe could just take a few minutes to kind of just reflect on kind of our memories of the music and what it kind of means to us. So I mean, like, can you remember your first kind of introduction to Linkin Park, Sam?
It was probably at high school, to be honest, when sort of people started listening to like all the sort of like the alternative bands and stuff. I was obviously still listening to stuff like you know, like Bruce Springsteen and Fleetwood Mac and Crowded House and stuff like that, stuff that obviously we'd listen to with mum and dad and things like that. And then you'd you know how high school kids are, like, oh, who's Linkin Park? Oh, you don't know who Linkin Park is? Oh my god, geez, where have you know, kind of thing. And that was probably my first introduction to it. And then I never actually, Samantha's got most of the albums, because there was only certain songs I actually like the Meteor album is really good. And but yeah, it's I wouldn't say like their music was something that really shaped me in the way that someone like Remy Zero did, or Placebo or something like that. But I did have room for it on my playlist, if you know what I mean. And it was always something to like break out when you were feeling a bit angry and you just wanted to like yell at the world, and when you've got a lot of teenage angst and stuff like that. It's always good for that kind.
I hear you entirely, dude. I mean, speaking of like school, I can just remember like being at that sort of 13, 14-year-old age, and that music everybody was into. We're all into The Offspring and Limp Bizkit and Green Day, and you can guarantee some bugger would have a couple of Green Day albums, another mate would have an Offspring album, but you could guarantee everybody had the Hybrid Theory album without a doubt. And I still listen to that record now and just think of it as just being so relevant. It doesn't feel dated in the slightest for me. It kind of took that sort of that rock of almost mixed with a bit of electronic hip hop kind of sound, and it just still resonates today. That music is still being created now, and yeah, Chester Bennington, he goes from these subtle, you know, very harmonizing-esque kind of vocals into just this really aggressive, violent, you know, kind of growly vocal. And, you know, you listen to a lot of metal music and these guys who do like the proper screaming kind of stuff. Sometimes it's quite lifeless. Sometimes it is just screaming for the sake of it, but he just puts so much emotion into the words that he sung. And, you know, you can listen to like, there's YouTube videos of like Linkin Park songs with like Chester Bennington's vocals just completely isolated. And it's incredible, dude. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there was one on YouTube. It was just after, I think it was Numb, actually. It was just after he passed away that someone released that. It was that was just the isolated vocals. That was really cool. That
absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, you know, all I can say to people out there, if you're not that aware of Linkin Park and their stuff, best thing to do, go and listen to the Hybrid Theory album, because track for track, I just think it's incredible. Just, you know, blast it out as loud as you possibly can, and yeah, just enjoy it for what it was. And, you know, I suppose all we can say is hope that he's found some peace now, as opposed to whatever he was going through in reality. So yes, we shall. I think we shall maybe move on from that, Sam. What do you reckon?
I was just going to say real quick as well, obviously, because obviously he felt that's his only escape. But if any of our listeners, or if anyone is out there like suffering from any sort of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, sort of depression, anything like that, because I know for myself, depression is to live. Go and talk to someone. Just find someone to talk to, even if it's not someone that you particularly know. Like you can, there's like plenty of people you can phone up. It's always nice. It's always good to be able to talk to people and just get help. Don't suffer with it alone, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's I can't obviously speak for what's going on in the States, but in the UK, there's an amazing charity called Calm. It's actually a charity that I support. I actually have a subscription with them and give them like regular donations. They send me like magazines and things like that. And the work that they do is absolutely incredible. They have shops all around the country, you know, just like your standard kind of charity shops. But, you know, if you can make a donation to them, it's amazing, because they have volunteers who, you know, sit there with phones and you know, take phone calls from people who are going through this kind of thing, and you know, try and offer support and try and give people help in these kind of needs. So yeah, we shall but anyway, let's move on to a few other bits and bobs, Sam. Now, of course, as we were just saying, then San Diego Comic-Con is going on as we speak, and I'm so glad that we waited until today, Sam, to record this, because we would have missed out on so much. But this podcast is going to be split into two sections. We're going to record one today and then another one tomorrow. Now, today we're going to be talking about the big movie trailers that have dropped. Now, obviously, there's probably been absolutely tons that we're not fully aware of, but there's kind of the main. It's the three, I think, Sam, that we're gonna. There's Justice League, Thor Ragnarok, and then Ready Player One as well, isn't there?
Yes, we're going to talk about all those three. Now, like you say, there are plenty of others. There's Bright, the new Will Smith movie. Actually, speaking of Will Smith, I was completely unaware of this. Did you know he's doing a one-off gig in Blackpool with DJ Jazzy Jeff?
He's not. Oh my God! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Amy's going. Mine and Samantha's sister-in-law, Amy, is going because she's a massive Will Smith fan. Shout out to Amy.
That's ridiculous,
man. He's doing a one-off gig, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, well, also as all the news came out, didn't it, that he's been confirmed to be playing the genie in the who is it now who's doing the Aladdin? Who is it? Who's the director who's doing Aladdin now? It's Guy Ritchie, isn't it?
Guy Ritchie, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, we're all devastated that it's not Danny Dyer or Vinnie Jones, but I suppose if we'll just have to live with Will Smith. I mean, just real quick before we move on to anything else, like what do you think about that casting, Sam? How do you feel about
that? I don't really know, to be honest with you. He seems sort of a bit of a like who's the biggest name in the world, right? Other than The Rock. You know what? The Rock would be an amazing genie.
Oh God, yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, wouldn't he just? Yeah. But yeah, I'm a bit of a not an odd casting. I don't know. Is it going to be like him? Is it going to be him in like the genie costume, or is it going to be like going to be computer generated and he's just going to be providing the voice? I don't know what's going to go on there. But yeah, I don't know really. I haven't I don't have any sort of
opinion.
sort of feelings, opinion either way, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, it's fine with me. I don't think, oh my god, what a horrible decision. But on the other side of it, I haven't gone, oh yeah, that's a genius choice. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have any view of it either way, really.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's going to be a CGI kind of job. I would imagine that it's going to just very much mimic the look of the original Genie from the animated movie. I doubt it's going to be kind of loosely based on Will Smith's look. But I think that my feeling generally of Will Smith is that he needs a hit right now, because he's done a lot of movies recently that have either come under fire as being just utter trash or complete and utter flops. I mean, the most recent one I remember seeing trailers for was this movie where he writes these letters to death, happiness, and hope, or something like that. And these kind of, do you don't remember hearing about this? Basically,
no,
he's like,
I don't remember this.
So like basically, Will Smith plays this guy. I think he's going through like a divorce or something like that. He's broke. He's this, that, and the other. And you know that old kind of trope of where like therapists say to you, write a letter to yourself, or write a letter to this person, but then never post it, burn it, and stuff like that. Well, what he does is he writes he writes a letter to love, one to hate, one to hope, and one to happiness, or something like that, like writing to them as a concept, if you will. But what he does is he puts these letters in a post box to go through this process. So then all of a sudden, all of these things, love, hate, happiness, whatever, blah, 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 they all emerge in the form of people. So it's almost like a sort of like almost like the ghosts in A Christmas Carol. So I remember, I think Helen Mirren's in it. I think she plays like love or something like that. And these people like talk to him and counsel him and stuff like that. Now I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I actually posted this on the Facebook page saying this looks a bit cheesy, but there's potential for it to be good. Could this be Will Smith's return to form? Now I heard nothing about it whatsoever, like going forward, like, it being like, oh, this is Will Smith's return to form, this is a great movie, or we're looking forward to more movies starring Will Smith now that he's back, blah blah blah. So I really do think he needs like a big kind of movie just to make people think, oh shit, yeah, Will Smith, he's an incredible actor.
Well, I'm just reading about it now because I didn't know about it. It's called Collateral Beauty.
That's the one.
And apparently it was critics, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 13%, with an average rating of 3.5 out of 10. The site's critical consensus reads, well-meaning but fundamentally flawed. Collateral Beauty aims for an uplift but collapses into unintentional hilarity. And Metacritic gave it 23 out of 100, indicating generally unfavorable reviews.
Damn. Yeah, that's not good, is it? One last thing as well, Sam. Speaking of unfavorable movies and things that got bad ratings, have you seen this trailer for this new James Franco movie that's based on the making of the film The Room?
No.
I mean, I'm not seeing this right now.
I haven't seen this one either.
Bear with me a second. I think it's called The Disaster Artist. Yes, this is it. It's called The Disaster Artist right now. Basically, like I said, it's starring James Franco, and there is a movie that is called The Room right now, based on critics, based on ratings, and just general kind of viewer opinion. It is ranked as being the worst movie of all time. Like this, but because of this status, it's almost gained like cult status throughout fans as being like, yes, we love the movie that is ranked the worst movie of all time. And I know for a fact that screenings happen of this movie, like you can go, The Room to be played at such and such a theater, and the director and the stars of this movie will turn up knowing full well that it's being celebrated for being an absolutely shocking film. Like just go find a Wikipedia page and just read about it. Now I've never seen it before, but like I said, it's a movie coming out later this year, it's directed and produced by James Franco, and he plays like the main star in the movie, and it's about how it came to be, and I think it comes across as being a very kind of satirical sort of black comedy, if you will. It's a very short trailer, very kind of, it just shows one particular scene where James Franco is trying to nail this like scene, and it takes like about 80 takes to nail it, but it looks very peculiar, but it's definitely something I'm interested in.
Oh wow, that sounds really cool. According to this, it was hailed as the Citizen Kane of bad movies. So.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, very, very cool.
Oh
Well,
man,
but anyway,
that's funny.
unless there's any other segues you want to get out of the way, Sam, should we crack on with this?
Yes, absolutely. Let's get on with it.
All right then. Well, Sam, I'm gonna hand over this the jar of San Diego Comic-Con movie trailers. Let me just there you go. Oh, you almost dropped it there. Just be careful.
I did. Sorry,
be careful.
I've got it. It's okay. I've got two hands on it now.
Thankfully, yeah. Just be careful with the jar of San Diego Comic-Con movie trailers, Sam. We've only got one, for goodness sake. Anyway, I want you to put your hand inside the jar, Sam. Rummage around and pick out a movie that we're going to talk about. So go and have a little rummage around.
Hang on one second.
Little rummage. Yep. Ooh. There we go. Oh, it sounds like there's more than 3 movies in there. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, so I'm going to unfurl it.
Sure.
We've got Ready Player One.
Oh yeah. Oh, hang on. Yes, that's my air horn to celebrate Ready Player One.
Annoying.
Oh my goodness, I fucked that up as well because like from before when I was doing a sound check, it was like already halfway through as well. Shit. Yes. Oh my god, dude. I apologize for that interruption there. You crack on with what you were saying there.
No, it's fine. We'll carry on. Yeah, it's okay. So, Ready Player One. This is a massive trailer that got dropped at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, as we know, this trailer is going to be out next year. It's being directed. But what does it say on the trailer? It says director of dreams or something like that. Does it Steven Spielberg or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, so this trailer's quite based on a best-selling novel. Now, I believe you've read the book, haven't you? Have you got the audiobook, have you guys?
I listened to the audiobook, yeah, read by Will Wheaton off of Star Trek fame, which is just awesome, man.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, so it's written by a guy called Ernest Cline, and basically it's a love story to basically pop culture of the 80s, and this trailer looks beautiful. It looks absolutely stunning. So, Gaz, do you want to talk us through it at all?
Yeah, totally, man.
Give us your first impressions of it.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, well, basically, just to kind of give people kind of a brief outline of well, I can only go off what the book is about. Now, I can only assume, and based on the trailer, that the movie is going to adapt the kind of the crux of the storyline. But essentially, it's set in like a dystopian world, so it's like 2041, 42, something like that. And the world is in turmoil. There's nuclear war. There's poverty. There's famine. It's just all to shit, really. But everybody uses this virtual reality kind of world that's called the Oasis. So you put on like these headsets and you enter the Oasis. So kids go to school in the Oasis. People go to work. People learn. You know, you go to you meet up with your friends in the Oasis. You do everything in there, but there's just endless possibilities in the vehicles you can drive, the clothes you can wear, the weapons you can use. I mean, you can't kill people, but you could have Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings, things like that. And
yeah. So,
and it's very, very pop culture driven. I mean, the book is described as like the Bible of 80s pop culture. Now, the guy who basically created the Oasis is called somebody Halliday. I can't remember his first name, but he's actually played by
it's called James
Halliday. That's the Badger. Yeah. So he is played by Simon Pegg in the movie. And what happens is he dies and he has no direct heir. He doesn't have anybody to pass his fame and fortune down to, and his and the game and it's the way it's drive, if you will. So what he does is he creates this challenge where you have to find a series of keys within the Oasis. Now, you will have seen the bit at the very end of the trailer where that crystal key is being entered into the slot. Now, for fans of the book, that's like a massive thing. That's like a really, really big drop. So you have to go out throughout the movie and solve these puzzles and go through these challenges, but it's all based on 80s pop culture. And it's just these really elaborate tests. I mean, like I say, reading the book, there's just so many references to all kinds of different movies, TV films, video games, all kinds of guff. So this young lad who is the guy you see in the trailer. He takes it upon himself to basically learn everything about James Halliday and go through the Oasis and basically take on all these challenges. Now, at the same time, you will have seen the bit in the trailer as well where there's just all of these people wearing like identical uniforms, like sat in rows. Well, they're basically part of this organization who are also trying to find these keys so that they can turn it into like a money-making kind of conglomerate, whereas the Oasis is like a zero budget, no funding kind of, well, not zero budget, but like a zero profit, I should say, sorry, kind of, you know, organization, if you will. And it's just about this mad adventure. Now, of course, you know, the young lad, there's a girl who he's involved with. He's got mates who are kind of helping him along the way as well. Yeah, just incredible. Now, the main two things, which kind of, well, I suppose three things really for me in the trailer, which proper stood out. Number one, when you see him in his actual reality, where he speaks about living in the stacks, which is just basically all of like these caravans stacked on top of each other. Now, that is exactly how I imagined it in the book. And then there's another bit as well where where he enters that room and there's all like lasers and there's people like dancing in that zero gravity pocket kind of thing. Well, that's like that's a party that he gets invited to, like this really exclusive party, and that again, that is identical to how I pictured it when in the book as well, and the same with the crystal key at the end. So now there's a lot of you catch a glimpse of the DeLorean. I don't know if you saw that as well, Sam.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah,
there's a bit with
Did you see Harley Quinn?
Oh, really? No, I didn't see that actually.
Yeah. So, so you see him. Is he called Wade? Yeah, he's called Wade.
Yeah, that's
he's basically going through the Oasis, and you can choose your own avatar for who's going to represent you. Like, so people have chosen like famous people or cartoon characters or whoever it happens to be. Now, Wade pretty much he stays as he is. So he looks like he is in the real world, but there are plenty of other references to like 80s characters as well. We see the Iron Giant, we see one girl dressed up as Harley Quinn, so there's obviously some 90s references in there as well, because like the Iron Giant's like a movie from the late 90s.
Well, just to interject real quick there, Sam, the whole thing in the book with the way Wade looks is basically when you go into the game, you can use like credits and actual money as well to basically add to your credits to then buy additional outfits and stuff. But basically, that because he's a poor kid, he doesn't have any money. He just has to use like the standard, sort of. The standard avatar that comes free with the game, essentially, which is just sort of jeans and a hoodie or whatever. And the bit with the Iron Giant as well, the thing that I think that's a reference to is there is a bit in the movie where there's this big fight going on, because basically some of the characters collect these tiny little models of things like Voltron and the Megazord from Power Rangers, for example. And what they can do is they can basically enlarge them and use them as giant fighting robots, essentially. So that's potentially going to be a reference to that as well, maybe.
Cool. There's a bit where you see someone dressed as Freddy Krueger as well.
Oh yeah.
Which looks very cool. But yeah, when you see like the sort of like the police force, the enforcement team, where they're all sort of getting into the cars, and it sort of like cuts between reality and the Oasis, and you sort of see them like getting in the cars, but not all of them are in like normal police. Like a majority of them are same, but some of them are getting into like Formula One cars, and all these different vehicles, which looks really, really cool. And yeah, like you say, we do see the DeLorean. There's also I'm sure there's a bit with like a Tron reference. There's like a Tron light bike as well. And there's I'm sure there's something to do with Blade Runner in there as well. I'm sure I saw something to do with Blade Runner, which will be awesome. I can't wait to see what that is. But yeah, it just looks so cool. Just looks so cool. Can't wait. I can't imagine how much they've obviously had to pay to be able to get the license for all these sorts of things to add in there. You know what I mean? Just to like have a few minutes of like the DeLorean in there or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there could well have been like some sort of deal put in place where it's like, you get whoever owns the license to that gets, X amount of the profits if you can guarantee that this movie is going to be a success. But I mean, this movie is just unmistakably Steven Spielberg for me. It just feels so magical, so grandiose. And as far as a big screen experience, this is going to be like you can't not watch this on the big screen for me. I think it's going to be,
of course,
really, really amazing. Super excited to see how it's kind of all adapted, and again, a lot of the stuff that I know from the book. It's going to be fascinating to see how it's kind of changed around and all that kind of guff. So yeah, we shall. And this movie doesn't even come out till next year, so we're bound to get even more from this, more trailers, more kind of posters, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, super pumped for this, my man.
Definitely can't wait. So shall I have another rummage and see what I can pull out of the jar of San Diego Comic-Con movie trailers?
Absolutely, have a look in the jar. You have a little rummage, little
hang on a second.
Around. Yep. Try not to crease them. We might need to use them again sometime.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's just unfurl this. Oh, it appears to be Thor Ragnarok.
Oh shit. Oh yes.
Oh man, this looks so funny as well. It just looks really, really humorous as well, which is something that's kind of been missing from the last Thor movie, which wasn't like Thor: The Dark World, which wasn't that good at all. But yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. It looks so cool, and the visuals on this, like we see, like obviously we get to see like 3 different worlds. We get introduced to the Hulk again. Well, we obviously knew we were going to meet a Hulk again. Where he's obviously gets blasted off to Planet Hulk, and he's obviously escaped from there, or World War Hulk, whatever you want to call it, at the end of Age of Ultron. And he's apparently in this trailer, in this movie, he's been the Hulk for 2 years. He hasn't transformed back.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah. And we obviously hear him speaking as well. So he's been having a bit of a chat and stuff like that. So, not a chat, he's sat there talking to
Thor.
Thor. So obviously, during this fight, he must either one of them wins, or it's a draw, and he's also like taken to the same room where they just sit and sort of like have a sort of talk about what's happened. But then obviously we see that. What do you call it? When Bruce Banner returns from being the Hulk, that he's obviously got no memory of what's happened, because it's just like, where the hell am I kind of thing. So it's clear that the Hulk has obviously separated himself from Bruce Banner, which is very cool. So what did you think of this?
I loved it, man. You know what I find really peculiar about this whole thing with this movie is the fact that from the first trailer, we had the producer or the directors, whoever it was, the person who cut the trailer, saying, everybody keeps saying that this movie is just like Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's just the way the trailer's cut. Don't be fooled. It's going to be nothing like it. This trailer makes it look even more like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It's just
like the slow motion and the music and stuff like that.
The visuals. I mean, but you're right, man. I mean, I like the fact that we've got a little bit more structure to the movie now. We've got some scenes with Hela. We've got a bit more of a dialogue, bit more dialogue, and just a few more interesting things. And Thor putting together this team. Now, one of my issues, I don't want to call it an issue, but it's just more of an observation, really. I've said this so many times before that Hulk in these movies is basically just a giant green raging plot device. Hulk's abilities and Hulk's powers and his capability of controlling the beast and using him, in like a team scenario, rather than just being a raging monster that just wrecks everything. That it depends on what the movie needs him to be. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
So in this, now we've actually got him, holding a conversation, and one can only assume that he's going to just, he'll turn into the Hulk, and then boom, he'll just fight the good fight. So. Although I will say that I do love that bit at the end where the Hulk is just flying towards that giant fiery looking sort of devil beast kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It looks well cool.
Really, really good. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but like Tom Hiddleston has like one line in this trailer, and it's just amazing. I just love Tom Hiddleston as Loki. I mean, for me, he still stands as being the best villain that we've had within the MCU, because he's turned so many different times. He's gone from good, he's gone to bad, he's gone to good, he's gone to bad, and he's just stood the test of time as well. I mean, this is like the fourth movie that he's featured in. So yeah, I just think he's absolutely, and him and Tom Hiddleston, sorry, him and Chris Hemsworth's relationship and their banter and their back and forth is just kind of second to none within this sort of movie realm. So yeah, brilliant trailer, definitely. Really well cut. Still not giving away too much. We still don't know kind of what the outcome and what the kind of the end of this movie is going to look like. So yeah, bring it on, man. Really excited.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I love the look of Carl Urban as Scourge as well. It doesn't look anything like him at all, which is Scourge the Executioner, which is really cool. And he's got like, he doesn't even have like intergalactic guns or anything. He's just got these two like M16s. They just look like not normal guns. It's really weird. Yeah. But I absolutely love that. I love the look of Hela. I think she looks really cool. We see Fenris, the giant wolf, who is, if I remember correctly from my Thor knowledge, I think the giant wolf is like in the comics is the offspring of Loki, but I can't actually remember. But I can't. Presumably they're gonna maybe read. Yeah, Fenris. Yes, it's probably rewrite that to because it's going to take a little bit too much to explain that Loki has 3 children and one of them's a giant fucking wolf. So yeah. So yeah, we do get the mention of word Ragnarok as well,
because that's the name of the movie.
Yeah, we see a bit more of Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. He looks very cool.
He does, yeah.
Jeff Goldblum anyway. Who else is that? You see someone else as well. I can't remember who it is.
Who's
yeah? So there's the. Oh, go on.
Sorry, no, I was gonna say there was a character I was gonna mention. I can't remember. No, sorry, carry on. It's gone.
Yeah, and then we see the Hulk flying towards this giant sort of red demon whose name I can't find at the moment on this page. But yeah, but there has actually. Okay, I'm just going to drop this in. So if you don't want to hear this, don't listen for like the next minute or so. About 30 seconds.
Sam, stop. I'll just give a symbol that we're gonna drop a spoiler.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoilers, guys. Come on, spoilers. Yeah. Okay, you carry on.
Right. Okay. So there has been images of the Funko Pops from Thor Ragnarok released, and one of them is Thor holding the helmet of this like giant red monster thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So presumably they must beat him, but yeah. So, but yeah, it's called Surtur, is the giant red ruler of Muspelheim. There you go.
Is that a German province?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really pumped for this movie. I'm really excited for it. It looks really cool.
And it's not long to go either, man. Is it? It's like a couple of months before this fucking movie comes out.
Yeah. Not long to go now at all. So yeah, very excited about this one. I love it. I love like the little Valkyrie as well. I forgot about her, played by Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
Brunhild or whatever she's called now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. Yeah, Brunhild the Valkyrie.
And I do
awesome.
And I kind of want to see like a really good like third act to this movie as well. And what I don't want them to see is them just building up loads of kind of sort of what's the word, world building. That's the one I was looking for. I don't want them to do tons of world building for Avengers, Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, whatever. And
Yeah.
I kind of want them to just really focus on this storyline, and we'll just get this really rad sort of intergalactic space battle. So, and maybe even like a cheeky little cameo from someone like Doctor Strange or something like that, which would be pretty wizard, man.
Oh, that would be cool, actually. Actually, yeah, he might feature because obviously Thor is at the end of the Doctor Strange movie, isn't he?
Yes, of course.
And when he comes looking for Odin, he's like, I need to find my father. Where is he? Kind of thing. So
yeah.
Might be quite interesting actually to see if he does actually rock up either at the beginning or toward the end. So that'll be very cool actually.
Well, just speaking of Marvel and the Infinity War, we can't really not address the fact, and I should say as well that it has been mentioned in the YouTube chat. We are live on YouTube at the moment. So far, we've been joined by Jack and the Geeks Talk. Sorry, Jack and the Geeks Talk podcast. We've been joined by Joey DiCarlo from the So Wizard podcast, and we've also been joined by the name of the Mr. David, sir. Now, my best guess is that's David from Superhero Speak. So if it is you, then thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Joey and David have both mentioned the fact that the Avengers Infinity War trailer was leaked online. Now, I'm kind of avoiding this at the moment because I saw a little preview of it, and it's basically just this skewed off angle, really dodgy looking filming off of someone's phone. And like this is like something that we've been waiting so long to see. And I think when we do actually finally see Thanos like kicking some ass and wielding his Infinity Gauntlet, and every Avenger from all of these movies gone by teaming up together, I want to make sure I'm watching it in high definition on my TV or computer screen or whatever. So I mean, how do you kind of feel about this leaked footage, Sam?
To be honest with you, I kind of like saw like because there's been a full one released, and well, I say released, leaked, and they've done like the really, really short one as well. Now I saw about 15 seconds of the really short one, and you can't see bollock because the person that's recorded it is like sat practically underneath the screen, and you just can't see anything at all. I'm just like, what is the point of releasing this? You just can't see anything at all. So yeah, I'm not too. I'm just gonna wait for it to come out. I'm not too fussed about seeing any leaked footage at the moment. Like I say, I saw the 15-second one. I was just like, I can't see anything at all here, so I'm really not that bothered.
Yeah, well, what we did get, because basically this trailer was shown at D23, wasn't it? And then obviously it's come from San Diego Comic-Con as well. So when it came from D23, no one leaked any footage, but there was a description which was put online of it as well.
There was a full description of it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So again, kind of for any people listening right now, I mean, we'll kind of talk a little bit about this because that's, you know, and I suppose it is spoilers in a way if you are waiting for the official trailer. But one of the kind of really noticeable things is, I remember one of the parts of the description was saying that Spider-Man is on a bus and his hairs stand on end on his arm, suggesting a spider sense. Now, you said, didn't you, that one of your biggest issues with Spider-Man Homecoming was the fact that there was no spider sense. Like, if this is true, would you kind of take this now? And you excited about seeing some spider sense come into his story?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was, you know what? It might just be like one of these evolution of powers kind of things that, you know, we haven't fully seen everything yet. So yeah, I will be very excited to see if they put that in there.
For sure. Yeah, and there's all kinds of other stuff as well involving Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think that it's just going to be so exciting to just see all of these characters come together. I think that's what's going to be awesome, man. So I think we'll leave it at that, and we shall oh, actually, someone's just posted a message in the chat. We've got Jack and the Geeks Talk coming in saying, oh, holy shit. Sorry, I had to, because it's that small on my screen, I do apologize. I had to sort of just move my head around from the microphone. This is something we totally forgot to just mention from the Thor trailer. Jack and the Geeks Talk has put, glowing eyes Thor, ? Does he have the missing Infinity Stone? Now, this is in reference to a bit at the end of the trailer where Hela says, I am not a queen, I am not a ruler, I am a god. I am the god of death, or something like that.
Yeah.
or God of
So
War.
what are you the god of?
Yeah, what are you the god of? And then all of a sudden, Thor, surrounded by all of this thunder and lightning, because of course he is the god of thunder, just comes down onto this platform, and he's just like, his eyes are glowing, he's got like lightning running over his body and stuff like that. So that's a really, really good shout, that actually, that he gains some sort of extra power or whatever. Maybe they'll, maybe one of the Infinity Stones is like inside is like his hammer or something like that. Oh,
it could have been, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. So yes, and well, do you want to kind of go inside that jar again, even though there only is one movie left? I feel like you need to just have a little rummage and just see what you can find.
Yeah,
there.
let me just have a rummage. I'll move all this stuff out the way and see if I can find the final scroll to unfurl. Hang on,
Sure.
1 second. I've got some pens right here, but yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, here it is. That's it. Okay, I shall begin the unfurling process. Hang on. There we go. Here we go. So the final trailer is the Justice League. Oh my God! Now I watched this last night. Was it last night or the night before? I can't remember. Did I send it? Did I put it on the group last night?
I think this trailer came out yesterday. Yeah, so you sent it into our WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Yeah, it was last night, and oh my God, I was so excited about this. I've watched. How many times have you watched it now, Gaz?
About 5 times, I'd say.
About 5 times. Yeah, I probably watched about 6 or 7 times, just looking for little bits in it. Oh my goodness, it just looks astonishingly good. It looks amazing. I cannot wait to see this movie. What else to say? It just looks so good.
It's great, man. There's so many kind of things to pick apart for this film. I love the fact that the opening scene, it kind of looks like some sort of like bank robbery going on, and we see Wonder Woman swoop in, and instantly we get like some Zack Snyder slow-mo, which is just so kind of signature. I think it's really, really funny. But what's kind of interesting is we get this, one of the opening scenes is we go back to Themyscira, which I'm assuming is in modern day, and one of the mother boxes, and no, it's got to be a boom tube, surely, that Steppenwolf comes in from. So yeah, so this mother box creates this boom tube, and boom, this character just comes crashing down. And what I really like as well is the fact that you don't actually get a good view of Steppenwolf. We haven't had a full frontal shot of him, just very kind of shrouded in explosion, shrouded in light. But there's something great about this opening scene. Like, think about when in Wonder Woman, when the Themyscirans get confronted by all of these like German soldiers, invading the beach of Themyscira. These women are just boom, straight in on horseback, bow and arrows, swords. They don't give a shit. But there is this look on their face. They are genuinely in fear. Like a race of like a warrior race to suddenly look that terrified. That pretty much like sums up, I think, that character really.
Oh yeah.
So there's one of the bits I love is where Cyborg sits in the Batmobile, and he like plugs in and he says like, "I'll take it from here, Alfred," and the Batmobile starts to like transform. Like, oh, how good was that, dude?
Yeah. Oh, that was so cool. That was really cool. Can I actually just really quickly talk about this really awful new metal cover of Come Together Right Now that they have? It's just so, it's awful. It's so bad. But no, it's so cool. I'm wondering, because you never actually see who Wonder Woman is fighting at the beginning. I'm wondering if it is like a minor sort of Justice League villain, or a Wonder Woman villain. It might not be just a regular sort of, we need to slap a bank robber in there or something like that. It might actually be a reference to, because like I say, we don't actually see anyone's face, so it could be like a gang or something like that. Could be maybe the what were they called? The ones that that had like the deck of cards, that were like king, ace, queen, and all them lot.
I can't remember, bud. I can't remember.
Yeah, would be very cool. But yeah, so they're see like holding up a bank or something. I love the part where Diana's got she's like cleaning up the like the Greek and Roman statues.
Yeah.
So I think, of course. Who else would you choose to do that? Other than someone that knows how that kind of how the kind of art works, you know, which is really cool. We get reaffirmed that Superman is dead. We see the newspaper, like the whole world without hope kind of thing.
Oh yeah, right.
Jim Gordon.
Sorry.
Go on,
I'm just going to jump in real quick. Yes, the world is still mourning Superman's death. He inspired hope and inspired us all to be better than we are. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry, have I missed a Superman movie that in between all of this where Superman actually maybe inspired some hope and didn't just mope for 2 hours? Like, have I missed something here?
Oh man. Yeah, no, you're right. There's some really cool parts where there's a very cool part where Batman's on top of the roof. He's like the you can hear the news report. It's like the Bat of Gotham has reportedly disappeared and has gone back into the shadows. We see Jim Gordon turning on the bat lights and stuff like that. Then you overhear another news report going on. There is an escape at Arkham Asylum or something like that. And I'm like, ooh. But one of the biggest parts for me in this movie, and it wasn't even anything visual. It was when Steppenwolf, you can hear Steppenwolf obviously talking to someone, and he says, this planet is perfect. There are no protectors. There are no Kryptonians. There are no lanterns. And I was just like,
oh yes,
like the first acknowledgement of the Lantern Corps within the DCU, and I'm just like, oh my god! And obviously there's obviously reference to like the Krypton there. The Kryptonians have obviously been some kind of protectors before as well, other than just on Earth. And I was just like, this is going to be amazing. If we get a Green Lantern turn up in this movie, I think I will lose my shit. No.
Oh yeah, man. A couple of other bits that I love about this as well. The bit where Alfred says to Batman, "You've come a long way since wind up exploding penguins," which is just which is just beautiful as a reference to like Batman the Animated Series, even like the original Batman '66 series, which is just awesome. Because I love how they're acknowledging that kind of thing. It's really, really good. No mention of Lex Luthor or no visual whatsoever, even though we do know that Jesse Eisenberg is going to be in this film. So hopefully he's not going to play a too big a role in this. But the fact that kind of Lex Luthor was responsible for kind of calling upon Steppenwolf when he was in the Kryptonian ship, it wouldn't surprise me if we get a scene where Steppenwolf maybe breaks into the prison and maybe busts him out and uses him as some sort of like slave, or I don't know, something along those lines.
That would be cool.
The bit that just got me, and every bit of Jason Momoa in this movie is just kills me every time. I love the bit we get a bit of him under the water and like he's talking to someone who's sat on like a throne, which is really great. But he's in the air, he kills a parademon and then stands on him and gives like, like he's surfing on this dead parademon and then just crumbles into the ground. It's just awesome. He just has this kind of cool, no fucks given kind of attitude towards like this whole scenario. Is just like, yep, I'll turn up, I'll kick some ass. Yep, just let me know when you need me. I love that. It's great.
Oh man, that's gonna be so cool. I'm wondering, if this is going to lead directly into Flashpoint, because we've been told that the Flash movie is going to incorporate the Flashpoint storyline.
Yes.
So because basically in this trailer we hear the Flash talk, you hear Barry Allen talking. He's like, I don't know what to do here. I've never done heroing before. I've just pushed a few people out of the way of getting into trouble, that kind of thing. So I'm wondering if he's sort of like, right, I've got to step up my game now. I've got to be the hero, and he does something to cause the Flashpoint paradox, and it leads directly into the Flashpoint paradox.
Maybe,
which be quite cool.
Obviously, sorry, just going back to Flashpoint Paradox. Obviously, they don't need to worry about competing with the CW's version of Flashpoint because, let's face it, they don't really. they could do just so very little and still beat that crock of shit. But there's already been kind of rumors online talking about like, are we going to get like Thomas Wayne Batman, which would be incredible. Like Wonder Woman and Aquaman like sort of ruling the earth. Oh my god, it's such an exciting prospect, dude.
I know. And then we get the bit at the very end with Alfred in the back cave, and someone walks up to him and he says, "Oh yes, he said you would come." And you see the small amount of red just in the right hand corner.
Older, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we know Superman's going to return in this movie. We know that. We know that that he's going to come back because we've seen like the screenshot, we've seen the toys and stuff like that. So we do know he's going to make an appearance in this. But I said to you yesterday, it could be a red herring. It may not be. It might not be Superman straight away. It could be Robin, even. You don't know who it's going to be. So it could be like someone coming back to help or something like that. So
what you've got to bear in mind, though, and I think what's really important about this is the fact that as he's walking along, he's making ripples in the water. So he's obviously someone of great strength and great stature. So
that's true, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, what if it's? I mean, like the thing is, everybody is gonna just the rumor mill is gonna fucking explode now, and that scene might not even be in the movie. You know what I mean? Like it could be one of these moments where we don't even actually see anything like that. So.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be Lex Luthor in his war suits for all we know. Just like shit like that. It's just there's so many different things. Great scenes in this movie. I love the bit where they're on the roof and everybody just disappears except for Flash, and he's just like, "Oh, that was rude," and then he just buzzes off. I love the effect of the Flash. I think it's really good. He's clearly he's gonna be like the kind of the dopey sort of I don't really know what I'm doing kind of thing. We've obviously gonna have what's he called? Jason Momoa as Aquaman, like kind of talking down to Batman, just like, no, I don't give a shit what you say. I'll do my own thing, kind of vibes. Oh, and actually as well, I don't know if you noticed it as well, Sam. There's a literally like a second, if not half a second, in the trailer where it looks like Batman and Cyborg are having a fight, and if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Batman pulls one of like Cyborg's arms off or blows his arm off or something like that. Yeah, so there could be kind of an element in this movie where Batman tries to find Cyborg, it breaks into a fight, and then maybe Batman's kind of like testing him or something like that, trying to find out what because I mean he does it with Flash, doesn't he? He hurls like the fucking batarang at him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, so many cool things. Well, but we'll have to look out for the videos. It's like 31 things you missed in the Justice League trailer and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome. I seriously cannot wait for this movie. It's so cool. And that's this year as well. So it's just like, is that this year? Yeah, it is this year, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Actually, having said that, there was the thing that popped up on Instagram the other day about Justice League movie going through extensive reshoots. I was just like, oh man, not again, because it seems that every blockbuster movie at the moment just has to go through extensive reshoots for. It's just like, oh man, this is absolutely ridiculous. So I hope they don't sort of like just try and twist it to please the studios. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean,
actually do some fan service to it.
I think it's one of those kind of strange scenarios where we've said it before that movies go through reshoots regardless, but it's not often we always hear about it. But then when you hear, I think everything this movie's gone through, and granted, we never kind of spoke about it as a news piece about the whole like Zack Snyder departing from the Justice League movie as director, and is it who is it who took over? Not J.J. Abrams. Oh, what the fuck's he called?
Can't remember.
Off of Firefly and all that kind of guff. Shit, I can't remember.
I can't remember his bloody name. Yeah, go on.
You know what I mean, though, don't you? We never really spoke about it because obviously the circumstances of Zack Snyder's departure was a family issue at the end of the day. We didn't really want to kind of pry on it too much. And, but on a kind of a movie sort of related kind of theme, you can't help but think, is this movie going to be like two directors' versions of a film slapped together? Like, we ended up like with that almost with Suicide Squad, didn't we? It's going to be so interesting to see how this film actually turns out, what the runtime's going to be, what the how they're going to develop these stories. I tell you what, the only person we haven't really seen any kind of proper dialogue or any real personality come through in these trailers is Cyborg. So I think I'd actually quite like. We've seen a bit of dialogue, but I would genuinely like to see. I think in the next trailer, maybe just an extra, like, you know, if not just, you know, 10 seconds of just 10, 15 seconds of Cyborg saying a bit more, or maybe him, you know, doing a bit of a transformation, maybe something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be very cool, actually. We've had a little bit of footage of him sort of like becoming Cyborg from the first trailer, because you see the mother box, don't you, rattling around in the background and stuff like that. With his dad, so we saw that picture of Cyborg actually carrying box when they appear to be on Apocalypse or wherever they happen to be.
Yes.
So yes, I don't know what else to say about it, really. I'm just really, really pumped for it. It's going to be so cool. I just don't hope they don't start bringing out like 1 million TV spots like with all these fucking movies. I know end up with like 47 TV spots of just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was Joss Whedon that I was trying to think of, Sam.
Joss Whedon, that was him. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah,
didn't see any of Mira in this trailer though, did we?
And I really want to see some Mira, because from those visuals, she looks smoking hot. Holy shit. Like, oh my God. Talk about with the sex appeal of the movie. She looks amazing.
Well, they would have obviously had to have a lot more, because with it only being Gal Gadot, the only female member of the team, it becomes a little bit of a sausage fest. So they had to... They had to put someone else in there, didn't they?
They did indeed, yeah. Now let's just talk real quickly, Sam. This is something that dropped like little under an hour ago, but Jason Momoa actually posted a photograph of the backdrop to the Hall H kind of panel, if you will, that's going on at San Diego Comic-Con today. If it might even be happening as we speak. I'm not entirely sure, where the entire cast of the Justice League is there. Now, the backdrop image is basically a digital rendering of the Justice League. Now, the images of the characters, they don't look like they do in the movie, but you've got Aquaman, you've got Batman. Sorry, go on, Sam.
I'm pretty sure these are the images, like the rendering images that when it first comes up and it's like DC.
Oh yes.
And it shows like all those millions of characters across the screen. Yeah. I'm pretty sure those are the characters that they use. I'm pretty sure it's those ones.
I get you. So we've got Aquaman, we've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Cyborg, which of course is the characters we're seeing in this Justice League. But then in the background is a very typical, and what I would say looking like a Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Now he posted
Hal Jordan.
He posted with it, Aquaman is here in San Diego Comic-Con, so stoked to share all the goodies. P.S. I know something you don't, and it's fucking amazing. Now we know for a fact that Green Lantern is going. I mean, you've just mentioned it in terms of the Steppenwolf's line in the movie, and it's been mentioned so much that we're going to get some sort of Green Lantern Corps feature. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time they've shown a representative of the Justice League with Green Lantern in the background. So then, of course, the speculation is now, are they going to reveal that this is our Green Lantern, or Green Lantern will definitely feature in the next Justice League movie, or are they going to give a release date for the movie? Yeah. Just absolutely amazing, dude. Really, really cool. I know that sometimes we get we get hyped for these movies and we're very, very bitterly disappointed. But I think I'd rather be excited and then be like, "Oh, that movie was a bit shit," than spend the next 3 or 4 months just saying, "Oh, it's gonna be shit, it's gonna be shit, it's gonna be shit." You know, I'd rather try and psych myself up to see a movie that I hope is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. We did actually get the full slate from the DCEU out of Comic-Con. So, like, obviously, the next movies that are coming out. So, we got Wonder Woman 2, which we already know is going to be set in Soviet Russia during the Cold War. Which Chris Pine's going to be in that as well. So, I'm guessing it's going to be flashback scenes. We've got Shazam. But apparently no Black Adam in this movie.
Yeah, The Rock's out, isn't he? Yeah.
Squad 2. Yeah, Suicide Squad 2, The Flash, Flashpoint. It's actually called The Flash, Flashpoint. Green Lantern Corps, Justice League Dark, The Batman and Batgirl. So yeah,
that's the money shot right there. And there was another bit of news came out as well. Was it the Ant-Man and the Wasp? We've had a couple of banners for that come out.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah,
and then also
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And also, there's been some Captain Marvel news as well, where we've had a couple of visuals. It says the film takes place in the 1990s and features Carol Danvers battling the Skrull Empire. Now, Sam, do you know anything about the Skrull Empire?
The Skrull are an alien race. Now, I generally remember the Skrull from. I'm trying to think. Were they mainly X-Men? I remember them from. Probably yes. And they basically have shape-shifting abilities. So they basically can transform themselves into whoever or whatever, or whoever rather they want to be. So they can just take the form of a human or whatever it happens to be.
All right, cool. And then also as well, there's been talks about potentially a younger Nick Fury featuring in this movie as well, as part of like a very early kind of sort of version of S.H.I.E.L.D., I suppose, or maybe he'll be part of some sort of agency. I don't know. So that'll be quite interesting to see whether they'll cast Samuel Jackson and do a bit of sort of CGI kind of trickery on him, or maybe they'll I don't know, maybe they'll cast like Kevin Hart, or maybe I don't know. let's have like a comical, like, you know, quick-witted, snappy, sort of sassy Nick Fury. I think that would be quite amusing.
Yeah. That'd be, just going back to what you say about Captain Marvel, the images that they released for like the concept art for the Skrulls as well are pretty much exactly as they should look as well, which is just awesome.
I love it. Yeah, so many. Oh, the Black Panther poster as well. Did you catch that as well? Where he's looking upon, what the hell's it called? Where does he live now? Wakanda, that's the one, and he stood on like that giant kind of panther statue. Yeah, really awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's very cool. Actually, speaking of Wakanda, apparently in the Justice League trailer, we see Winter Soldier. So he must in
Justice League.
His arm. Sorry, we see the Winter Soldier. So he must get his arm back at some point and rejoin the team.
Oh, amazing. He's got to become the next Captain America, hasn't he? As much as I kind of love Captain America, I would say there's a strong possibility that he's going to end up dying in either this or the next Avengers movie. I think it's going to be like this.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Because I think it was, they might have even been on So Is It podcast. They were talking about the fact that Robert Downey Jr. will probably can do these movies forever, because he does a few speaking parts, and then when he's Iron Man, all he has to do is sit in like a green screen box and basically pretend to talk to himself. But whereas Captain America, what's he called? What's the actor called now?
Chris.
Is it Chris?
Shit, what's he called? Yeah. Chris Evans.
That's the badger. Yeah. Chris Evans has to do like this 6-month like training routine to make him look like some sort of god. So, you know, it's pretty intense, really. But yeah, if we see Bucky like with the shield, oh my god, I want to see Captain America wield Thor's hammer as well. I think that's going to be ridiculous,
that'd
dude.
Be cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Also, as well, amazing. We got to wonder what's going to happen to Vision in this as well, because of course the Mind Stone is attached to his head, and one can only assume he's keeping him alive. So yeah. I'm curious, because Thanos is obviously going to rip it out of his face. So yeah, I'm keen to see. Yeah, keen to see how that's all going to unfold. Really exciting stuff coming, my man.
Definitely. Awesome. Can't wait for it.
Well, to use a now open up hours cliche, we've hit the hour mark.
That's the badger.
You know what? I feel like we never actually mentioned this. We never really addressed it in any of our episodes. I suppose just because we treated it as being utterly, completely normal. But we need to say a massive thank you to Greg and Joe from the All Seeing Guys for doing our podcast a couple of weeks ago. Called shit. What was it called now? Oh bollocks!
I honestly can't remember.
That's really bad, isn't it? I should fucking know this. Hang on a minute. Highly unprofessional.
I'm gonna find it now.
Where is it? It was called No Dissemble. It was called the episode that they did.
That was it.
So basically, so if
you do that bit again,
yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that bit again. Then it won't. It won't. For the people on YouTube, they'll know the behind the scenes action.
Yeah.
So I'll just do a bit.
We're watching anyway.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, the episode was called No Dissemble, and a few weeks back, me and Sam did a pod swap with Greg and Joe from the All Seeing Guys. So we did their episode of the All Seeing Guys, and they did ours. Now our podcasts are incredibly different. Greg is well up on his movies and he is into his nerdy news, whereas Joe is kind of oblivious to it and hasn't been to the cinema in years. So if you haven't listened to the episode yet, guys, go back and on our feed. It's called No Dissemble, and they just riff about movies and news, but bring in their kind of humor. Whereas on the other side, we were on the All Seeing Guys doing segments where they talk about things that you've overheard people saying, like a Mad Lib style game with people's porn searches called Wankety Wank. Honestly, just listen to that because we had so much fun doing it.
Agony Ant questions.
Oh God, yeah.
From the Sunday Sport.
we talk about our hometown of Oldham. It's just a back and forth riffing conversation where we just have a proper laugh, because you can listen to that on the All Seeing Guys, or if you go on our feed, the episode is called Dead Tramp Flavored Vape. I actually posted it onto our RSS as well. So yeah, they did an awesome job of hosting Open All Powers, and hopefully in the future at some point we're gonna get all four of us on one podcast having just a wicked time. So keep an eye out for that as well. And so as well, Greg just like picks up on our like isms and our sayings and the stuff that we kind of slip in all the time. Like incidentally, that's the badger when I call Sam my man, when I say we've hit the hour mark, moving swiftly on, which is one we both always do. Yeah, the kind of nail our characteristics, which is highly amusing.
It's a brilliant episode. It's just so funny as well, and I just can't wait for us to be able to do a crossover episode where there's all four of us together, because I just think it's going to be a riot. Yeah,
totally, man, totally. And I think with that, Sam, seeing as how we have hit over the hour mark, we should wrap things up. So, Sam, do you want to tell the power people out there where they can hit us up on various means of social media?
And us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. All you need to do is search Open All Powers. You can also find us, you can listen to us on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, on iTunes, and on the Satchel app. You can get those for your phones. And if you fancy yourself some Open All Powers produce, some like selling kind of milk or something.
I was gonna say, have we started growing corn and wheat recently? I didn't know you'd come into some land, Sam.
Yeah, Open All Powers, the farm shop. Yeah, you can have your breakfast. You can have that's the badger breakfast. Yeah. You can have, coming up to the hour mark, macchiato. Yes, if you want some Open All Powers t-shirts, mugs, stickers, head over to redbubble.com and you can find everything you need there.
Sounds awesome, man. Sounds awesome. Now, this is a slightly unusual setup for us because today's Sunday, the 23rd, is it today, I do believe? Yeah, the 23rd. And we are recording this episode in the evening. And obviously, we've just spoken about the movie trailers. Now, what we're going to do tomorrow morning is we're going to discuss all of the TV trailers that have come out as well. So we've had stuff for the CW roster in the Flarrow universe. We've had Westworld. We've had Riverdale. We've had Star Trek Discovery, all these trailers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release them in two parts that are going to come one after the next. So this will probably be released. This might be released tonight, actually. I'll see how I do with the edit. And then probably the TV one tomorrow. But we're also going to be talking about the casting of the brand new Doctor. the female casting of what's she called again, Sam? Is it Kirsty something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
So
quality journalism here.
I know, yeah, it's brilliant. Isn't it? We're so fucking, you know. Hang on, let's see. Have we got a name? Fuck. No, not Kirsty at all. It's Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker is the name. So I might just do that bit again, so we don't look like complete idiots.
Yeah.
Also,
YouTube.
Yeah. So as well, we will be discussing the casting of the brand new Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, the first female Doctor Who that we've ever had. So I'm really, really excited to talk about that. And also as well, in a theme of female leading roles, the Wolf of Kingston, Jack Webber. There we go. That's his little call sign there.
Nice.
Has sent us a little message, and he's brought us another top 5. And this time, it's his top 5 favorite female leading roles. Well, not necessarily leading roles, just female characters in TV and film. So we'll be bringing you that as well, and any other kind of stuff that crops up overnight. So with that, I'm going to bring in some intro music, like so. And we shall say, Sam, farewell from you. Actually, just before I'll just stop that. I missed something out. Any recommendations for the week, Sam?
Okay. I don't have any recommendations actually. No, I don't actually. That's very strange. I normally have a recommendation or two, but no, I don't actually have any. I'm afraid.
Oh, that's fair enough. I'm trying to think. No, actually, I noticed the other day I think it's on Amazon Prime, the movie San Andreas with The Rock, which I've heard is absolutely terrible, but it's The Rock versus an earthquake. So, I'm definitely going to watch that. So check that out if you get a chance.
Here you go. I would recommend, we watched Despicable Me the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I quite like the first movie. And Minions was on Netflix. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. We'll just watch that. It's only an hour and 15 or something like that. It's really short. Do not watch it because it's crap. So yeah, don't watch that. But Megamind is on with Will Ferrell. Is on Netflix as well. So go and watch that because that's much more interesting.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've got any recommendations at all. I'll pick up the latest copies of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic. I think it's like episode issue 16 and 17 or something like that. Really good. The stories like kind of like different dimensions clashing and different versions of the Power Rangers like emerging and things like that. So yeah, really good stuff to read at the moment. So there we go. My name is Gareth Eastwood, aka the motherfucking locomotive, and I have been joined as always by the SMG, the General. It's Mr. Sam Eastwood.
Hi, power people. I shall see you soon.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Jesus.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh,
right, well, there we go. So I'll leave my gear all set up, Sam, and we'll just crack on tomorrow morning,
Okay. Well, cool. I shall see you soon, and hopefully the computer has actually sorted itself out now, so I should be able to do it through there.
Oh, fabulous. Well, to be fair, Sam, you've sounded absolutely fine today, so yeah.
All right, cool.
Even if you do have to do it on your phone. Thanks to everybody who listens to on YouTube as well. We've got one person watching us right now, so but the connection has survived, so it's all good. All right, man. Take it easy. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Very good. I think I'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye, man.